what you need, yeah. Man, I got it, wow.
Hey, everybody, welcome to another edition of Box Seats. This is a show where we talk about sports with comedians, and boy, do we have a lot to talk about today. So let's get ready to get him in the show, and let's get ready to get this thing popping. My man, Howie Bell, how you doing, sir?
What's up, Frank? How you doing, brother?
I'm all right. Let's get ready to get the show popping. Let me bring in my man, Damian Jones. D. Jones, what's happening? What? Okay. What's up, D? How you doing, sir?
What up, man? Just representing my city. You know I love Detroit.
Yeah, I know. We all know. know.
Yeah.
My
Except for the Lions.
My man,
That's different.
Jason Hayes in the building. Jay, how you doing today, sir?
Hey, what's up? Hey, Howie, I don't think Green Bay hate the Lions more than D. Jones.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. I agree.
And
I mean, you're in a foreign land, brother.
During football season.
Come 2-3 weeks from now, yes.
I'm bringing in White Chocolate today, man. I hope to surprise you, White Chocolate, but I'm bringing you in today, too. Just filling in for Big Mo. Mo's a little bit under the weather. Mo, we love you. We hope you get better, bro. We need to see you. Because we missed those Clark Kents of yours, bro. We missed the Clark Kents.
That's right.
Yeah. All right,
so since you brought me in real quick, first let me say hi to everybody, and then maybe I could fill in for Mo. I got my own Clark Kents right here.
There you go. All right, so today's Thursday. You know, we're trying to make sure we keep things moving for the week and everything else. We got a lot to talk about, man. You know, preseason is in its third week in the NFL. But meanwhile, since preseason is third week, Howie Bell, let me get ready to get you situated up here, Howie. There's some stuff that still jumps off all the time. Now, being that we always talk about sports bets and the NFL is doing, the NFL today announced new sports book partnerships with Fanatics, joining DraftKings and FanDuel as an official betting operations of the league. The multi-year partnerships provide sports books with access to official league data, the ability to advertise during games, and intellectual property rights for league and team marks and logos. As part of the deals, DraftKings, FanDuel, and Fanatics will collaborate with the NFL on what types of bets are offered, intelligence sharing, advocacy efforts, and responsible gambling initiatives. The league objects to bets that tied to officiating injuries of any wagers that can be knowledgeable in advance and easily manipulated by a single person. Howie, the reason why I wanted to start out the show with this is we already had discussions about betting in the NFL. We already had discussions with obviously game outcomes and stuff. Now I think that betting and everything else has ramped up another 30% with this huge announcement today. What's your take, Howie Bell, on sports betting? Because you know what? I'm going to make a prediction right now. It's going to make literally White Chocolate look like a genius by the end of the season as from all the stuff he was talking about last year. You know what I mean? Howie, what's your take?
Well, one thing's for sure, they ain't trying to rehab nobody. That's for damn sure. They ain't trying to help nobody kick a gambling habit. They've made it easier and more accessible. So that's what it tells me. It tells me that they're just taking it to the next level, man, and they're doubling down on gambling, literally doubling down. Hey, man, this is where we at. This is what they wanted. Now watch what happens from here. It's gonna get worse, man. You think players and athletes are gambling now? Oh my God!
I know. I agree with that. D. Jones, look like Fanatics is joining, and D. Jones, I'm sure you know what's going on. D. Jones, what you think?
What you say, baby?
Just hit him a phone real quick.
You look like the prime fiend, okay? Gambling. Well, I don't know nothing about sports gambling, okay? I am clean. I've been clean since the Knicks won, okay? Don't bring this back up. Don't bring this back up, okay? Yeah, listen, I'm putting my bets in when we get off the show. Okay? This is gonna be bad, man. People gonna lose their houses, their girlfriends, their cars, and their jobs.
Yeah.
My name is Peoples.
You know what I'm saying? What it is you are the gambling addict of the show. You gamble every week, don't you?
I haven't. I've been clean. I don't watch baseball. I've been so clean all summer.
Wait till football kick. Actually, football.
Oh my God.
2 weeks. Jason, filmmaker Jason Hayes. Jay, what's your take on this, man? Like Fanatics jumping in and DraftKings out like together. I mean, wow, to me. What's your take?
I mean, but aren't all these things predictable?
Yep.
In the immortal words of Bushwick Bill said, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Right? So in this instance, gambling makes dollars. And it makes a lot of dollars. And this is how we know D. Jones is not a total degenerate, because at least he has, the decency to bet on sports he knows something about. He wasn't betting on soccer.
Right.
Okay. A degenerate, would be just betting on soccer because, usually, I got to bet on something. Right. Mm-hmm. But with this, the NFL knows that, I would wager probably 25 to 35% of their total audience aren't even football fans. It's just people watching to make sure that their bets are covered.
Yeah.
And so, if it's all about viewership for the NFL, because that determines how much the contract can be with Disney or Netflix or Amazon or whatever, they want that driven there. And then the casinos want the viewers to gamble in their casino. So right now, it's like cigarette companies, putting the warning package, the warning sign on the package. They'll say, hey, if you got a problem with gambling, you should seek some help. But meanwhile, place this bet while you're here. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what it's like right now.
Yeah, and I, no pun intended, or actually pun intended, man. I think you're absolutely right with your percentage, man. Even though I might think you might be a little bit conservative with the 25%. I think it's more than that.
Right.
I think it's more than that. Right. White Chocolate, where are you at with this NFL making the announcement of the sports book, with the sports books? Where are you at with this?
I think we all realize that there's one thing that's perfectly clear: money goes to money, and so FanDuel was off to the side doing their own thing, and then the NFL and everybody, the NFL said, nope, you guys are all getting pooled together, and we're going to make even more money. And it's just like merging banks or merging anything else. It's just one big pool of money. And I've been telling you guys that if you didn't think it was rigged before, man, it's guaranteed rigged. Now there's no outside, affiliate that's out of the loop. They're all in the same loop now. They're all in the one umbrella. This is like ESPN buying NFL Network, and it's only going to get worse. It's not getting better. And, you got to realize, too, in addition to Jay's 25 or 30%, you have a lot of people that play fantasy football that are making bets, too. So they may not even be able to watch games, but they're going to want to see, who their quarterbacks are doing good or their wide receivers and put bets on them in their fantasy while they're doing fantasy football at the same time.
I want to throw this out there, and say this. Last year when we were all doing box seats and everything else, 80% of the time, and I might even be a little bit too low, but 80% of the time when White Chocolate said that the game is leaning too heavy on one way and that we should bet the other way, almost 80% of the time, with the sports bet and everything else, the team that was the heavy underdog, he predicted every underdog won and they would win almost 80% of the time. Right. Especially those Monday night and Thursday night games.
Thursday night games.
And Sunday night, too. All the primetime games are all fixed.
Yeah.
They don't want blowouts in those games. Yeah, guys remember Johnny Carson?
Yeah.
Back in the day?
Yeah.
With the envelope?
Yeah.
That was me last year with the football.
Yeah.
Swami.
Yeah, that's it.
The funny thing is,
I want to say one thing about this, Frank, before you move on.
Hold on. The funny thing is that when Steve would say that, he would aggravate the hell out of me. But about the 6th or 7th week, I was like,
but he was right.
He kind of got something there with that. Go ahead, Howard.
I told you I studied that for like 4 years. It's not new.
Yeah, go ahead. Howard.
What I was going to say is what's going to happen, that day when one of these superstar quarterbacks, like big time, gets caught up in gambling and proven. What is going to happen when hypothetically a Patrick Mahomes that got caught up in 8 games? Right. What is going to happen, man? Because that is going to destroy people's faith in this, man. And I'm going to tell you something. It's a thin line between this gambling and people really not, and no pun intended, White Chocolate, looking at it like wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like, because when they start looking at this art, like, really like wrestling, because they already got a feeling. When they get some real proof and one of these superstars get caught up, man, I hate to see the fallout from this.
I've been saying it's scripted for years. I have Facebook posts from like 4 years ago saying it. When I find them, I'm going to post them in the chat. But look at the two guys that got caught in Detroit. Look at the guy that got caught in Indianapolis. And they're bit players. They're not superstars yet. But to your point, Howie,
It's gonna happen.
the higher guys, the more all pro type guys are going to start getting caught, and that's going to be a problem.
Jesus, man.
It's going to happen. Howie's going to be right. It's going to happen. You're going to be right, Steve.
I think it's going to take for somebody to go to prison that's high profile for it to die down.
Yeah, Roger Goodell.
Right.
Yeah, start with him. He's the head honcho, man. He's behind it all.
Yeah.
Nah. It'll be Jerry Jones.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. All right, so Howie, we talked about the sports books. We talked about that. Now let's talk about something else, because we saw the news. I'm not sure if you guys got a chance to see this, but the Green Bay Packers running back Josh Jacobs was charged Thursday with a misdemeanor battery and misdemeanor criminal damage to property, according to court records. The formal charges came 3 months after he was arrested following a domestic situation in the home near Green Bay. If y'all remember, we talked about this because he was arrested on May 26th, and it was something that was crazy. The charges were domestic abuse, criminal damage to property, domestic abuse, disorderly conduct, strangulation, and suffocation, and intimidation of a victim. That's where we was a couple of months ago. The charges kind of got drummed down a little bit, but in Green Bay, they're still moving forward with criminal charges, Howie Bell. Not as they're misdemeanor charges. There still be slap on the wrist, but there's still charges. Do you think the NFL is going to suspend him, Howie Bell?
That's probably. Okay. I'm gonna lean on yes. I'm gonna lean on yes, maybe for a game, maybe. They got to do something. This domestic stuff is just as bad as the gambling. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, somebody getting caught up on jumping on a girl or doing something to one of their boyfriends. You know what I'm saying? I mean, or getting their boyfriend jumped by another guy. So this domestic stuff is.
Hello, Howie.
And Howie free?
Yeah, Howie froze. Go ahead, Howie. What were you saying?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
You can. I was saying that it's been a lot of domestic going on just as much as the gambling, because I think it was Stephon Diggs or something that got caught up with his lover, got his lover beat up, you know what I'm saying, by another guy. So, I mean, so this going on with men, women, this domestic stuff is bad with these athletes, man. It's like, dude, what are y'all really doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, all of this money y'all got, y'all can't call Ubers because y'all drinking. You got to gamble, so you're fixing games, and you're beating up on your lover or your girlfriend. It's like, dude, what is going on? Is it a little more than CTE? I know we were talking about that. And these mental, it's something going on in the water with these football players, man. You know what I'm saying? Some of these athletes, like, what is wrong with y'all? Why do y'all continue to do things that depict you as the stereotypes that they say? A dumb jock. I mean, it's just dumb jock stuff. I mean, it's just, I don't know. You got too much money to me, man, to be doing that.
D. Jones, where are you at with this? Because I think he's going to be suspended because it's domestic violence, and if you put your hands on a woman, the NFL is not tolerating that. What you think with this?
Yeah, he's definitely getting suspended. They stopped tolerating this because of Ray Rice. What happened with his incident?
Yeah,
I think it might be. It seemed like, and I said this a couple shows ago. Whatever happens in the world, we can rely on a football player beating up a woman. Like, whatever happens, the story gonna change. Somebody got beat up. It might be roid rage, because it's normally only these football players. I would rather be the third string quarterback, because you never hear them beating up no woman. You know what I'm saying? So they get paid and they get to hold the clipboard, get money. So I think it's just the starters, man.
Yeah, I think the starters stand out 100%. Jay, where you at with this?
Y'all gotta understand, man. We living in MAGA America right now, bro. They don't give a damn if you drag a woman down a flight of stairs and back over her in your car right now. You know what I mean?
You're saying he won't be suspended? That's where you're standing at?
I don't think he's gonna be suspended.
Okay.
One, he's an NFL football player. Two, he's an NFL football player for the Green Bay Packers who did this in Green Bay. So the initial report, like choking, felony, destruction of property type stuff, those are felonies. The fact that they're only charging him with misdemeanors now means that they're already getting it to where the NFL, you know, they're giving charges that the NFL, you know, can just stomach, you know, to not suspend him because it's just misdemeanors. At the end of the day, he's going to plead it out and he's going to pay a fine, do whatever. But if he is suspended, it won't be for more than one game. And honestly, I don't think he's going to get that.
Okay, I think he's going to get suspended one game. White Chocolate, where are you at with this? Because domestic violence is no joke when it comes to the NFL. Like D. Jones said, ever since the Ray Rice incident happened, everything else, one thing the NFL won't sweep under the rug to me is anything that's domestic violence related if you get charged with a charge. No matter
Frank,
what, to me.
But Frank, really quickly, no, what Chocolate speaks. What's the one thing that Ray Rice did?
He got caught on video. He
was on videotape.
Yeah, that video. Jay, once
you got to do something when it's on camera.
I knew he was done. I was like, your career is over.
Over with.
Over. Once that video came out, I was like, we'll never see him again. Actually, I want to steak dinner with my man because my homie bet me that he would play in the NFL again. I was like, yeah, right. You owe me a steak dinner. And he did. What's your take, Steve? Where you at with that?
I think that I agree. I don't think he's going to get suspended because as they've let the cases play out, you know, I'll just use the two Patriots guys, Stephon Diggs last year and Jabril Peppers the year before. They were acquitted of all the charges. So I think it's innocent until proven guilty completely. The reason those other three charges were dropped, I just kind of looked it up. It said that prosecutors were conducting a fair and complete review, and the evidence only became available to them last week for them to drop those other charges. So I don't think the NFL, I think they're taking it seriously, but I think they've learned not to be hasty because they were just suspending guys just for having the charges before. I think they they need to do the right thing and let it play out. And I agree with you guys. I don't think he's going to do any jail time.
I think
there's nothing coming.
I think the NFL is waiting to find out what the charges happen. If you get found guilty, I think the NFL is going to.
If he's found guilty, he might get suspended. But I think for right now, there's nothing coming
right
because
now,
he's not done. They're not done investigating or whatever. I just think that I just go back. You know, they would just like suspend guys for 6 games, then find out the charges were dropped. You know what I mean? They can't do that anymore.
Right,
but the one thing about suspensions that people I think it gets overlooked is when they're suspended, that's a game check they lose.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's money that they never get a chance to get back. I mean, it just evaporates into the ether, you know, or whatever NFL owners do with that money.
Right.
So suspensions are something that you just can't just be doling out all willy-nilly. There has to be a really good reason for it. But the other part is this. These are the formal charges. Right. The allegations were felonious, this, felonious, that. The formal charges are all misdemeanors. Right. So if the formal charges are misdemeanors, there's a chance this gets played out before they do anything. I mean, I guarantee you it's not even going to be a trial. I mean, they're probably going to lower it down to something even lower than this. He's going to pay a fine and, you know, he's going to go about his life.
Right. But what all you all haven't mentioned is that the NFL and lately has said, we're not going to, you know, obviously suspend guys until we find out what the conviction is going to be. Lately, in the last 4 or 5 years, they've been waiting until they literally said, you found guilty, then they move forward with suspending guys. You know what I mean? And that's what the point I think is going to happen. That's why Stephon Diggs had his case moved to after the season, because he put the petition in. If y'all remember this, he put the petition in so the case could be moved to once, you know, like the end of February when he knew the season was going to be over. Once that happened, he got found not guilty anyway, but he was sweating bullets. And everybody in New England was talking about, oh, he got pushed back. We ain't got to worry about him getting, you know, get found guilty and then suspended a game or two. You know what I mean? That's the reason why I think he could possibly be found guilty, because that's the way the NFL has been doing lately. Even no matter, only on domestic violence. You know what I mean? Not drunk driving, not any other crazy other thing. But if it's domestic violence and you put your hands on a woman, I think they stand firm on that. But that's just
I'm making a prediction right now. It's going to get played down to something lesser. Anything DV related is going to go away, because anything that he broke, he's going to cop the break in whatever he broke. He's going to pay a fine, you know, associated with that to the city. Right. He's going to pay for damages, and then life will go on.
Absolutely, 100%. All right, let's move on, man. Howie Bell, let me put you back in the spot, Howie. What happened to Howie? Okay.
He just maybe he logged off. He got to come back.
Okay, I'll give him a second to come back. D Jones, I'm gonna start with you then until Howie comes back. Where we at? All right. The next thing is I don't know if you guys happen to even take a glance at the article on this one because it happened today. The Seattle Seahawks signed Leonard Williams to a 3-year, $90 million contract extension that'll make him the NFL's highest paid defensive tackles, reported by ESPN. I thought this was huge because Williams will make $56 million guaranteed as part of the deal. Williams was scheduled to become a free agent in 2027. He's tied with Tampa Bay's Vita Vea for the 5th highest average annual income for a defensive tackle in the NFL, behind Philadelphia's Jalen Carter, Dallas's Quinnen Williams, Tennessee's Jeffrey Simons, and Kansas City's Chris Jones. Now, reason why I wanted to bring this up, D Jones, is because I knew the dude was solid defensive tackle. I didn't know he was all of that, but it looked like I might be wrong.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's cold, man. He's a good player. That whole defense, man, that whole defensive line and secondary, they got a great defense, man. And if you can stop the run, which they did, which they was doing all last season, he probably deserved that contract. They're gonna lose their first game, though. You can bet on that, okay? You can bet. You can put all your money on FanDuel or whatever you bet on. They're gonna lose September the 9th, okay?
Well, the Seahawks are a heavy favorite September the 9th. They are heavy.
The winner, the Super Bowl winner usually lose that first game.
Yeah, they are the heavy favorite. Howie Bell's back. Howie, what's your take on the Seahawks signing the defensive tackle Leonard Williams to a 3-year, $90 million extension?
They signed him to guarantee they will not lose on September 9th. That's one thing they did. They were like, you know what? We've been losing on the first day. We're gonna make sure. No, man, listen, man. They just solidified their defense, man. I mean, this guy's an animal. Their defense is incredible, brother. Their defense is scary. I don't know if y'all really remember what happened.
Really is.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, them dudes, they made people look real domestic, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I just, hey, man, Seahawks ain't playing. They have a tradition, too, of having a good defense. If you notice that, they go back a couple, maybe a decade or so, maybe 2, on having really good, solid defenses, man. They cold with it. So, I've
been watching them on Hard Knocks, too, man. I ain't missed the episode, man. And they got something special going on up there, man. I'm not even.
And for a long time though, they have a tradition. They got like a really solid football program in Seattle. You know what I'm saying? So, for a long time, and a lot of pride, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and of course, they got the 13th man. They got a lot going on, bro.
I've watched Hard Knocks for years. This is the first time I've really, really, really enjoyed it by following the Seahawks. You know what I mean? I haven't missed a season. I love watching Hard Knocks. But there's something different about the Seahawks. I can't even put my finger on it. There's something different, something special about the season, with them. And I'll be interested to see how they come out and play. But I think they have a family environment up there. I mean, I don't know.
They're solid. They're solid.
Yeah, they're solid, but I think Jay, I think that they're putting together more of a family atmosphere, more of a family environment than I've ever seen, and maybe that's why they were able to bust through, because these guys put everything on the field. Jay, what's your take on this signing, and what's your take on this Seattle team?
I'll say, I'm going to piggyback everything that you guys said. Now, the one thing that people don't talk about that's really important, they've had the same GM for about 20 years.
Right.
See?
So that guy is exceptional at targeting talent, and finding people that are going to be the right mix, for their building, for the organization, hiring the right kind of coaches. And if they're not right, they get up off of them. They don't waste time with it. So to me, like people like Leonard Williams got hey, bro, he's underpaid. Trust me, what they're paying him, he gave him a discount to stay in Seattle. Because for what that big 6'6", 320-pound dancing bear brings, you can't find that in a whole lot of people. So paying him, it makes sense. And he's only 32 years old. Mm-hmm. So he got at least 3-4 more good seasons left in him, to be dominant in the ways, that he's done, because that dude eats up double and triple teams.
Mhm.
That's why the linebackers get off. That's why, the corners, and the edges can get off, because they got to occupy that big rascal.
Mhm.
So to me, the fact that he's not the highest paid tells me right there that he gave him a discount because he likes it there.
Not that he likes it there, Jay. I think he loves it there.
Yeah, he does love it there.
I think he loves it there. That family atmosphere that I've been seeing on Hard Knocks. I think he's like, I can give you all a discount on that.
But understand who drafted him.
Yeah,
He got drafted by the Jets, bro.
yeah.
So any place other than there, he's like, oh, thank God for saving my life.
yeah, 100%.
Ain't in Florida, boy, Daytona Beach, baby. Holla at me.
White Chocolate, where are you at with this? With Leonard Williams getting this? He got it basically. He did. Jay's right. He got a discount. You know what I mean? He did give him a discount. Where you at with this?
He got a discount, but he said it. They're good at finding talent. And here's the one thing that is frustrating me as a Patriots fan like hell. They're good at retaining good talent.
Mm-hmm.
They just signed 3 or 4 of their best guys from the Super Bowl last year, and they're doling out money, and they're not fooling around. And this guy deserves to get paid. If he's occupying 2-3 guys or whatever in the middle, like Vince Wilfork used to do. Only Vince Wilfork never got paid like this. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those kind of guys, and he's key to what they do. And man, I'm not looking forward to playing them on September 9th. I mean, after what they did to us in the Super Bowl. So, kudos to him. Kudos to Seattle. They're doing all the right things.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that the Patriots get their act together and stop paying some of these guys.
I will say this: Seattle Seahawks lost their running back, but their rookie that they ended up drafting looks like he's faster than the guy that they had. I was like, you know what I mean? I've been watching them on Hard Knocks. So I'm like, and they're saying this kid is faster than the running back that they had that was the MVP of the Super Bowl.
Let's
Because
not forget
they're really good at identifying talent.
They have a good backup running back. Who's the other kid? Charbonnet, whatever his name is. And defense wins championships. And they signed Jackson and Jigba, right? So listen, they're signing all their talent.
And Diggs, they got Diggs too. Stephon Diggs' brother, they got him last week.
But also they signed Terry and Arnold from the Lions.
Yeah,
They did. Yeah.
They signed him. They brought him in.
But also they're gonna lose September the 9th.
I hope you're right, D.
You don't bet on that. You're not gonna bet on that.
Well,
Bet.
You're not gonna bet on that.
Bet.
Every favorite, we should bet, right, D. Jones?
Yeah, bet.
Yeah, we should do that. All right, Howie, let's move on. Let's keep the show rolling, man. I don't know if you guys, I keep saying that all the time. I don't know if you guys saw this. I'm assuming you guys saw this. Blake Griffin is literally getting ready to host a late night talk show. I couldn't believe this when I read it. He's going to host a weekly talk show titled The Step Back with Blake Griffin. He's partnering with Amazon Studios, YouTube, and Wondery for a new show. We all know Blake Griffin was a 6-time All-Star. He served as studio analyst for Amazon's NBA coverage. But Mortal Media, film and television production, founded by Blake Griffin and veteran Ryan Khalil, who also is an NFL veteran, is behind the project. The weekly talk show is going to debut October 20th, beginning the NBA's regular season, and will be recorded in front of a live studio audience. New episodes will air every Tuesday, according to the reports, and it's going to focus on Griffin's opinions on topics in the sports world, including gambling and the NIL. Howie, here's my issue with this talk show thing. It's once a week. To me, I don't even know if they should call it a talk show. To me, I think they should call it a podcast because that's what it sounds like, a podcast. To me, late night talk show is you're on from Monday through Friday. You know what I mean? You're in front of a live studio audience and everything else. But Howie, I don't want to put words in your mouth. First, let's just talk about this. What do you think about Blake Griffin getting a late night talk show?
I'm not surprised. I've seen a couple stories ran on him where they have through the last few years, maybe 4, 5, 6 years, where they've talked about how humorous he is and how great of a talker he is, and that this is kind of the lane that he's been trying to get into. So I'm not surprised. This is like something I've been hearing about. So I think he's going to do well. Once a week, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're just doing that as a starter. They could be something though. It could be Friday night light. They can do something with that. It's all about marketing. Doesn't matter.
Howie, let me interrupt you and say one thing, Howie. I'm sorry for interrupting you, but let me say one thing to you. And I purposely wanted to put this in today's show to ask you this specifically. He's also been doing stand-up comedy, Howie. He's been doing a lot of it.
Yeah.
He's been at Flappers. He's been at the Comedy Store. He's been doing a lot of it and everything else. As a comic, what's your take on him being a late night talk show, trying to be a comic and also trying to be a host? What's your take?
Man, makes him no different than T.I. Makes him no different than, any other celebrity. It's been some females through the year that, Nene Leaks or something. It doesn't matter. You can try stand up. You can try it. It's what they do. People are going to not take you serious like that, but they'll at least respect the fact that you're trying it, and they'll watch it. But for him in particular, I think he's been trying to, because I've seen that he's been doing the stand up. I think he's grooming himself for this right here,
right? For
this show.
Right.
Yeah, I think he's been working on it. He's smart too.
Right.
He's been training himself to be able to host a platform like this. So I love it, man. There's nothing against it. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. Anybody that tries to dibble and dabble in stand-up comedy in particular, I'm not mad at you. Just respect it and know there's people that's been doing this for a long time. And if you respect the craft, there's craft to respect.
I didn't expect you to say that. I'm shocked. I didn't expect you to say that. Well, okay. All right. I like your opinion. D. Jones. Blake Griffin's been doing stand-up off the grid and doing it in LA, and I've seen him twice. He's been doing it in LA for 4 years. So this does not surprise me at all, because I knew he was grooming himself to do something. As a comic, how are you looking at this right now with Blake Griffin hosting a late night talk show?
I respect the route Blake going. Like, he didn't just try to cheat like T.I. and start opening up at stadiums like an idiot. Mm-hmm. Like, you really gotta practice to do this. It's not, you can't just get up in front of on Madison Square Garden and start telling jokes. You got to go through the ringer. And I've seen him hanging out with comics, me and Howie know. I seen him hanging out with Ron Taylor, who just won Kevin Hart's joint. He's from Detroit. Shout out to Detroit. And I think Blake is funny. He was funny in the league. I think he's gonna do a great job. It being once a week makes more it makes more sense for production. You know what I'm saying? Now you got a whole week to prepare, a whole week to write a monologue, and a whole week to get guests. So it makes sense to me. I think he's going to be good at it.
Okay. You think he's going to be good at it? All right. Let me ask it from a perspective of a filmmaker. Jason Hayes, when you see a guy who's an NBA player, a guy who has been prolific as an all-star in the NBA, and then now you hear that he's been doing stand-up for 4 years, and he decides he wants to jump into the late-night talk show. As a filmmaker, in your perspective, what's your take?
I don't think that people are monoliths. Like, he can be really good at basketball, and he can be a really funny stand-up comedian. Because the basketball's behind him right now. And honestly, I got to tell you, I mean, when I watch him on shows, I find him to be funny. He's witty. He comes up like, he's self-deprecating in a way that I think a lot of comedians have to be. So like a once a week show, it makes sense, especially if you're talking about football, because they don't play one game a week. So you gotta let all the games get played, and then you can discuss whatever that is, like the following week, and you break it down. You can bring in players, coaches, GMs, whatever you want to do at the show. So to me, once a week makes a lot of sense. It's not a lot of financial commitment to that.
Right. Let's see. Steve, White Chocolate, where are you at with this? As a person who looks at a lot of stuff as nonsense and what wrestling and everything else, do you like it with this type of comedy?
Well, listen, other NFL players like Julian Edelman and Gronk and these guys, and they all have podcasts, whatever, every day or once a week. They're all looking for ways to make money and stay relevant. I don't know how funny Blake Griffin is because I haven't really watched any of his stuff, but I agree with Jay. It's smart for him to do it once a week to see as a feel out. Like what if they put him on regular late night CBS or whatever at 11:30 or 12:30 at night, then he bombs. At least this is a test for him, and if he's really good, maybe he'll go over to the regular late night thing. The funny part that I thought is it's ironic that he's going to give his opinions on sports betting while he's in a sports betting commercial.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's why he's doing it.
Yeah.
So,
What was the?
what's his opinion going to be? I'm waiting for my next commercial so I can make some more green. I mean, what's he going to say?
What was the name of the show John Sally was on back in the day? Because that was a good show.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was a good show. And John Sally's hilarious.
Man, if you're an athlete and you well spoken, you can your money is endless, man. Listen, it's a fun, real quick fun. I know we got to move the show on, but there's a guy he's played in the league named Simon Wilcox. Y'all remember him?
I remember Simon Wilcox.
I sure do.
I took a flight, man. One time I was from California coming back to maybe Detroit somewhere, and I sat next to him on the airplane, bro. And he talked to me the whole time. He was a funny guy. I was just like in awe. I was like, yeah, I'm really talking to him, sitting, kicking it with him. But the one thing that I never forgot, he said, man, if you are an athlete and you can talk, it's money on the floor. All you got to do is pick it up. And he told me that. You know what I'm saying? So all you got to do is be an athlete, man, and know how to talk. You already got the platform. You already respected because you're a pro. Man, if you can talk a little bit, your career, you got another career right there waiting.
Go ahead, White Chocolate. What was the name of the show?
The Best Damn Sports Show, period.
Right.
2001.
With Adam Carolla and those guys.
Yeah.
And that was early. I had an early podcast look back then.
That was in the 90s. That was back in the 90s.
Yeah.
2001.
Yeah, that was a little bit ahead of his time.
No, 2001. Okay.
All right.
A little bit ahead of his time. Yeah.
Since we talk about the NBA, let's open up the door to the NBA because something happened yesterday while we were on the air in the NBA with Jonathan Kuminga. He agreed to a 2-year, $12.4 million deal with the Minnesota Timberwolves, which includes a player option on the second season. And the crazy thing about this is he's going to play alongside Anthony Edwards, LaMelo Ball, Jaden McDaniels, and Rudy Gobert. And people are thinking that they're going to establish a Western Conference contender to compete with a lot of the other teams that are out there. So, Howard, do you like that look right now with Jonathan Kuminga signing a $12 million deal with the Minnesota Timberwolves?
I like it now compared with LaMelo. At first, with just LaMelo by itself, it was like, okay, it was cute. But him now with that, with him, I think now this changed. I think Ant-Man has a lot to work with now. And, he can get off. You gotta understand, Anthony Edwards, to me, man, is phenomenal. I think he's one of the best NBA players, hands down, that's playing right now. I'm putting him in top 5. And I'm going to say that he can get on, man, with this group now. He doesn't have to work as hard, and he can do. They look like now that makes it much more interesting with that squad.
I think
way more.
I think so too, because what the biggest thing is to me, D Jones, is people will be less hesitant to want to double team Ant-Man. And
That's right.
You can't double team Ant-Man now because he has players around him. To me, what's your take, D Jones and Jonathan Kuminga signing a 2-year, $12 million deal with the Timberwolves?
Yeah, like Howie just said, when we talked about the order of the West, before this, I was like, yeah, they're gonna be like in the 4th. This make them a little bit better. And just like Howie said, I love Ant Edwards' game because to me, he remind me of Baby Jordan. His game, he looked just like Jordan out there, just not as good. And now he might have a Pippen with him. You know what I'm saying? So this might change a lot in the West.
I think so too. Well, but Jay, let's talk about that lineup because we mentioned it before. Everything else, you literally have a great lineup. You got Ant-Man, you got LaMelo Ball, and Jaden McDaniels, who came out in the playoffs this past season. Like Jaden McDaniels is a star right now, if you ask me. With Rudy Gobert, as a center and everything else. And Jay, to me, we both love basketball watching it. To me, Jaden McDaniels is going to help them maybe a big 3 to me. Like I think that this really solidifies them to help them be a great team. But Jay, I don't know. I don't want to get it too much ahead of myself. You watch ball like I do. What's your take?
I think it's a really smart move by Kuminga because like one of the weaknesses in his game is that he's the jumper is not as consistent. I mean, he's a really good defender. He's good at getting out now. Out in the lanes and finishing above the rim kind of stuff, which is why I think playing with LaMelo makes a lot of sense because LaMelo is a pass first point guard. Like he's looking to throw that thing up around the rim. He's gonna hit you every time you're open. So the thing about Kuminga is he's been trying to get that long-term big contract for a minute now. And the fact that he signed a 2-year, 12.4 is like basically $6 million a year, which he's saying, look, I want to go to Minnesota, play with a dude like LaMelo in this lineup and show the league what I'm capable of doing on a really good team. And then I can get my dollars up either there or someplace else.
I agree with that. Steve, where you at with this?
Listen, it's a good move for Minnesota and for him. You know, just like what Jay said, he's trying to increase his value. And he's young. He's only 23 years old, so he's got time.
23.
Right. And it's good for Minnesota. They realized that, it's going to be tough sledding out there, and you can't really rely on just Ant-Man. And they gave him some help. And so good for them. You know what I mean? The West is going to be tough. It's going to be tough, and it's going to be fun to watch.
100%. So since we start talking about the NBA and we have this happen right now, and superstars are moving, that leads me to another question I had, Howie Bell. Who is your top 3 NBA superstars that you think will request a trade next or be traded? You know what I mean? Like, give me your 3, because it seems like teams are not done. You know what I mean? Even though it's August, it's August 27th, about to be September. It seems like teams are still not done. What's your take, Howie?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Who might still be left to leave? The superstars right now? Oh.
Or might request a trade. You know what I mean? Because I got 3. I don't want to say my 3 until you guys say your 3, but I got 3.
Yeah. It seems like a lot of people kind of left and go to where they already been. I mean, or where they want to go. So I don't know, man. That's a good question, bro. You might want to come back to me on that. I had to think about that. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you.
I'll come back to you.
I think about that.
All right, I'll come back to you. D. Jones.
Jalen Dern, get him out.
He said superstar.
He said superstars, and that want to be traded too.
Yeah,
Okay. That was my wish list. I'm sorry. I'm sick of him. Does Trey Murphy count?
No, superstar.
No.
Superstar.
Okay, but those two are gonna get traded. Well, Trey Murphy gonna get traded. I'm gonna go with number 3. I'm gonna go Ja Morant.
Yeah,
because they want him out and he wants to be out.
Yeah.
I'm
He's
gonna go
Portland,
Kevin.
though.
but he, he just got to Portland.
He's in Portland.
He just left.
Yeah,
Oh, he is in Portland.
yeah.
When did he get to Portland? With Dame. Okay,
Yeah, he just got
Kevin Durant.
Yeah, that's my one.
I got Kevin Durant. I got James Harden because it happens every.
It's time. It's
Yeah,
time.
it's
The man one.
I think he just signed an extension. Though. I think he just signed an extension too, though, with Cleveland.
Yeah, right. What that mean though?
He did.
Right.
Go ahead. Got one more.
He's gonna come back in a fat suit and be like, I can't play. And then I'm gonna have to go marketing from Utah.
Okay, that's not a superstar, but I'll let you slide.
Oh no, listen.
He can ball though, but he ain't a
He can
superstar.
ball.
Yeah. Jay, give me your top 3 NBA superstars that you think will request a trade next. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm gonna start with number 1. I don't think that he believes in the organization, and it's gonna shock the world when he demands a trade. I'm going with Joker up in Denver.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Joker believes in him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's going to want to move on. Number 2, obviously, Kevin Durant.
Yep, that's mine. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I think Kevin's tired of playing with them young boys down there. He trying to get at least one more chip before it's over with. And they're a long way away from that in Houston right now. And number 3, D. Jones took that one from me too. Even though he ain't a superstar anymore, it's James Harden.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's demanded a trade from every team he's ever played for. So why would this be any different in Cleveland?
All right, so that leads me to you, White Chocolate, because then I'm gonna give you my 3.
All right, so Frank, you know how on our show, Boston Straight Shooters, we do weekly predictions and how awesome I am at them.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you 3 because I had James Harden because he's an automatic, but I'm not gonna count that. I have 3 other guys. Domantas Sabonis.
Yeah.
A lot of talk about him being moved last year, and I think if they're not good, he may request a trade. These last 2 are going to shock you guys. Zion Williamson, he may get tired of losing down there, and even though
We said superstar.
Yeah.
well,
The
listen,
restaurant's
he's
too
supposed
good,
to be a
man. He ain't
superstar.
leaving.
He's supposed to be a superstar, so I have him. And the last one's probably going to shock everybody because it's probably not going to happen since I'm wrong a lot. But I say Jaylen Brown. I have a funny feeling that he's not going to get the ball enough, and he's not going to be happy, even though he's playing with LeBron. And I would not be shocked if he requested a trade at the deadline because he doesn't want to be third or fourth fiddle.
Yeah, I think you're really wrong with that one. But
He's option one in Philly right now, bro.
yeah, he's the first option. Yeah, he's gonna love Philly. He's gonna love Philly.
He gonna love playing in Philly.
Yeah, he's gonna love Philly. All right. I'm gonna give y'all my three. My three, number one for me is Kyrie Irving, because there's nobody around Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
Kyrie is like AD's gone. Klay Thompson's gone. They're rebuilding in Dallas now. He's definitely going to sit there and say, I need to get up out of here. And I think he's going to do that maybe before the trade deadline. I think he's going to be like, or he might get fake injured again. I think Kyrie is a
fake injured.
Yeah. Like I twinge my Achilles every 10, 15 games. I can't play. So Kyrie, I can see Kyrie saying, I'm up out of here. My second one is going to be the dude who plays for, oh my God, his name just escaped me. Plays for Portland Trailblazers. Damian Lillard. I think Dame coming back is going to realize he's going to get squeezed out because Ja Morant is going to have something to prove. They have too many guards now on their roster. They're going to be backloaded. I think Ja Morant is going to have a phenomenal season because he realizes he's playing just to stay in the league. And if he's going to take some shines from Dame, and guess what? Dame's going to get mad about that. I think he's going to, want to get up out of it. And my third one,
I don't agree with that one.
We'll see. You don't think he's going to come back and be good?
Nah. And
Man,
now
Ja might
Portland
come
has
off
a
the
history
bench.
of playing three guards in the backcourt.
But you got Drew Holiday, you got Dame Lillard, and you got Ja Morant.
You got the point guard that's starting, Avia. Ja
Scoot
coming
Henderson,
off.
right?
Ja
And they
coming
got
off the
Scoot.
bench.
But see, you guys are all forgetting Ja Morant's numbers have de-escalated ever since he was in Milwaukee. He's not getting better. He's been
He's
getting
not
worse.
that guy.
Exactly. I mean, not Ja. I'm talking about Dame. Dame's numbers have been de-escalating since he was in Milwaukee. He ain't the player that everybody think he was. He's not.
Neither is Ja.
I think Ja is. Ja's still young enough. I think Ja is. But hey,
I think Ja still is. He
this.
just haven't. Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. I think Ja's gonna have a phenomenal season.
What about Zion Williams?
Zion Williams? Not a superstar. He don't even fit in this.
He's not a superstar.
I said that and I got laughed at.
No, it ain't him. My third one, you guys mentioned. I think Kevin Durant realizes what's going on in Houston right now, and I think it's pretty easy to say Kevin Durant. I think Kevin's going to be out, and I don't think it's going to even take to the trade deadline for that one because when Fred VanVleet comes back, he gonna run. He gonna run them boys. They're going to be really pretty good. So that's my three. But it's interesting. I wanted to put that out there because I read an article out there, guys, that they're saying a lot of people are not going to be done yet with the NBA upcoming season. So I was like, this is very interesting. So that's why I wanted to post it to you guys. So Howie, let's keep it moving. Let me put you back in the where we at.
Hey, Howie, for the record, Zion, he ain't leaving all that gumbo and po' boys and BBLs in New Orleans.
and them chicks that are down there too. Them chicks are all over him down there.
They grow him thick down there. He like them like that.
Yeah, they do. They do. That's a special place down there.
They thicker than Popeye's biscuits down there.
100%.
The home of Popeye's biscuits.
All right, so that leads me to I think it's going to be the last question. What team, Howie, do you think is still not done with their roster? Like, what team do you sit there saying, you know what, they a lot of teams are not really done, but what team do you think in the NBA is still not done with their roster and they're looking to make still one more major power move? They still hitting the phones. They're still trying to make trades. What team do you think that is? Because I already got my team.
The Detroit Pistons, without a doubt. I mean, they don't have. We need a shooter. They have not obtained a shooter, man. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, to me, that's the team that should be. If they're not, should be sitting around eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner together, trying to figure out who the hell gonna shoot the ball. Other than Cade Cunningham. I mean, honestly, that to me, it's obvious. The Detroit Pistons. You can't be that good, win that many games, and lay an egg, man, because you can't make a damn layup. So they got to figure that part out, and I think that's what that team is doing.
All right. So, D. Jones, give me your team that you think make a major move. And I know you're going to say Detroit. So,
let me think. I'm going to say this. Howie's halfway right. We got nothing but shooters now, but they just not athletes. We just picked up like 3 or 4 really good shooters. They just not athletes. They don't play offense, defense. They're not a superstar. We need a certified superstar. And y'all say he not, but okay. Trey Murphy, Michael Porter Jr. That one of them, I think, or Kevin Durant might come to Detroit.
Interesting. Jay, what team do you think is not done with their roster and they still ready to make a splash before the NBA season kicks off?
This is going to shock some people, man, but they're definitely not done. I'm going to say the Philadelphia 76ers.
They're done. What?
But they're not.
No, they
got to get that
How much more
backup.
LeBron want?
They
got to get that backup center for Embiid because he's hurt all the time.
Jay,
They lost.
They got him today. They got a Jay at backup center today.
They lost Drummond.
Yep.
To the Knicks, that power forward, that rebounder, they're gonna need that. So they're gonna go out and they're gonna get, if they got the center today, they're going to get a power forward before the season starts.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, but I like that pick because I saw that today, and I didn't even get to that story, but I saw it today. Steve, where you at? What team do you think is gonna make a move is not done?
I would say if they can do it, Golden State Warriors. They have a lack of depth and lack of talent up front. They have a young guy they're trying to plug in at small forward. They need a veteran there. So if I had to pick a team, I'd say somebody like them.
Okay, all right. Howie, keeping it moving. I don't know if you got a chance to see this story, and you guys got a chance to see any of this story. But the crazy thing is I saw it and I couldn't wait to see this to talk to you guys about it. But I wanted to wait till the story develop because what's happening up in LA right now. I don't know if you guys are getting a chance to see this with Jeannie Buss, but Jeannie Buss is literally trying to block, her 5 siblings' vote last week to sell the family's remaining shares in the franchise. Because remember, we just talked about this not too long ago that they were sold their shares. Well, Jeannie Buss put in a petition she filed it Wednesday in Los Angeles Superior Court that is in the best interest of the family trust to retain an interest sufficient to maintain control and to benefit from the continuously skyrocketing value, quote unquote. And Jeannie Buss is waiting for that decision to be handed down by a judge. She's also seeking to remove her siblings, Janie and Joey, as co-trustees of the family trust for breaching their fiduciary duty, and noted that the Lakers minorities owners have joined in her decision to retain stake in the value. Crazy part about this is those Buss brothers have also moved their family the Lakers ownership stake that they have to move forward in purchasing Major League Baseball shares, and Major League Baseball team. So they're moving forward as if they already got it. The deal's not done. You know what I mean? I read that today. Deal's not done. It's still moving and shaking. But Jeannie's trying to make sure she blocks all this. What is your take, Howie, on the siblings not agreeing and not getting along with Lakers ownership?
Wow. I think it's political. I think this whole involvement with part of Trump's family getting involved with this team, and all this stuff, I think it's political stuff, undertones going on here. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think Jeannie Buss is happy about it, to be honest. And I don't think that she wants that team to be a MAGA team. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's the real, what's not being said type of, undertone here, that this team she don't want going to whoever is trying to get it or got it. I honestly think that that's what's going on right now. It looks obvious, and she's not getting along with her siblings on that either. Hey, man, listen, this is not over with. This is some real serious stuff going on right here, bro.
Okay. D. Jones, what's not being said also is that Jeannie's siblings flipped it, their ownership share for $2.5 billion more. Like, you know what I mean? They literally flipped it and made a profit of $2.5 billion from what they potentially sold it for not too long ago. So there's that. There's also they're moving their shares to help them buy a baseball team. There's a lot going on over and everything else. What's your take on Jeannie Buss's decision to challenge her brothers?
It is partly political, but then again, I think Jeannie was always like her father. She want more of the power and the money. And I think the siblings really never cared about the basketball team or owning a basketball team and don't want nothing to do with it. And I think they really just wanted the money. And she like, hey, I like being an owner of the Lakers. I like having a say-so of the Lakers. This is my dad's team. He bought it. Now I got it. and y'all giving it all away. So I think it's just more Jeannie kind of like her dad, man. And I feel it. I love that for her.
I think you're right with that part, because I think, Jay, I think that the brothers don't have any power, and like they have shares and stuff, they ownership, but Jeannie's the head of it. You know what I mean? I think she's not the one who is in control, and they were like, we could take our shares and move something and do something else, so that they can have. I think it's a power trip thing. That's what I think, Jay. Where you at with this?
I mean, let's be clear. Anything we say is just speculation about what we think is probably going on or whatever.
Right.
But you gotta understand that as outrageous as this may seem, she has, I think, a stronger legal leg to stand on than most people realize. Like, I don't think this is a done deal.
Right.
And specifically because of what happened in the past year. So the Lakers sold for a then record amount of $10 billion.
Right.
It's a record amount of money. And then like a year later, it sells for $2.5 billion more within one calendar year.
Yep.
Right? Now, what most people don't realize is that every corporation has a fiduciary responsibility to make the most money for their shareholders. So if this company is now, the Buss family has shares in the company, they say, look, dude, we made more than a 25% profit on our shares in less than a year. Why would we sell our shares now? You know what I'm saying? Because who knows what it's going to be worth 5 years from now, 10 years from now. So why? I don't want to vacate my shares right now. So they may side with her on the notion that she's right. I mean, they made like 30% in a year. These shares are more valuable than what they're trying to sell them for right now. So I'm interested to see how that plays out.
I am too, because just what you said, the $2.5 billion profit, I think it was less than a calendar year. I think that's what it moved in. They tried to flip it, and they didn't even have the responsibility. I'm not responsible. They didn't have the ability to be able to flip it just yet because the deal hadn't closed. Steve,
but also, I think legacy matters to her too.
Oh, it definitely does. 100%.
Like the Buss family and the Lakers are synonymous, and then if they're no longer involved with the Lakers, then what do they have?
Yeah. Oh, they have the ice house. That's what they have. That's it. The comedy club. So, but yeah, that's
tough.
That's yeah. Steve, where you at with this? What's your take?
I agree with all the bits and pieces that you guys already all said. I think that for her, I think the issue is when they got sold last year for $10 billion or whatever, the owner was like, yeah, she's going to stay on as the CEO and blah, blah, run things. But now there's no guarantee with these shares being sold that she's going to be able to stay. So she's kicking and screaming and fighting to hang on. And I kind of don't blame her. And this reminds me a little bit too, like the fight with the siblings for Market Basket. I know, Frank, you're familiar with it, but guys around here aren't, where there's 3 sisters and a brother, and they basically kicked the brother out. This is kind of the same thing. Her siblings were like, I see dollar signs. Let's take the money. It's a grab. We made, 30% or whatever. And she's like, well, I'm not ready to leave yet. So I kind of don't blame her. And so we'll see what happens.
100%. All right. So that kind of wraps up the show. Before we roll up out of here, I want to talk to you guys about one other thing. We got some NFL games kicking off tonight. I don't know if you guys are watching them or not. But I can't find one NFL game where anybody's starting their starters. So it'd be interesting just to
nobody.
Yeah, because nobody's doing that. But I do want to say this too, before we get up out of here. I think it's really amazing that the NFL is trying to kick and make longer seasons, right? And not giving the teams their ability to be able to do what they need to do. And I think that we're going to see a lot of injuries after week 1. I think I'm willing to bet, maybe we should put that bet down, D. Jones, sports bet. We're going to see some major injuries after week 1 because of the way the NFL is rolling stuff out. Making these dudes play on off days, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Tuesdays. You know what I mean? I think that's what we're getting ready to see. So
I think that they're going to have to, at some point, expand the NFL roster from 65 to about 80.
I hope so. They have to.
But that means they got to pay them.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But that's smart though. They got to add some more players, man. I mean, too many teams are tanking because they're getting an injury or two, man. And listen, injuries been real bad in the preseason. I mean, in these camps right now too. Preseason camps, everybody been getting a little bit of an injury bug too, man. So.
Yeah, but because of the way the season is getting ready to start, and then a lot of guys are scared to play their starters, and a lot of people are not, because there's only 3 preseason games. Everybody's taking that 2-week window off and everything else. What's going to happen is these guys are going to just lax a little bit and not do the. How they usually ramp up to game 1. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nobody's ramping up to game 1. Nobody is. So
they're trying to save them, man, because people get hurt all the time.
Yeah.
We've been watching Hard Knocks, man. Hard Knocks, they're down 2 safeties right now.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Howie, tell everybody out there how they can follow you, what you got going on.
Hey, man, always Howie Bizzell, man. And look, man, I'm coming to Atlanta, Georgia, the 11th and 12th, man. I'm going to be at the Uptown Comedy Corner. And I just got a show added in Tallahassee, Florida, Sunday, September the 13th. I'm with Marvin Dixon, man. So just got added. So I'm on my way to Tallahassee.
It's not far from the 8.
Marvin Dixon, that dude is hilarious. Love that dude. I ain't seen him in years. Man, love that dude.
Funny guy. Yeah.
Very funny. D Jones, tell everybody out there how they can follow you.
I don't bet, but if I did, Patriots -3.5 tonight.
-3.5. Okay.
Preseason? You betting on preseason?
He's a gambler.
Yeah. They're gonna roll Shedeur Sanders out tonight. They're gonna roll.
He could be betting on Gatorade colors in a minute, bro.
Jay, how can everybody follow you? What you got going on?
Hey, follow me at JD Hayes at Fanbase, and you see at the end of there, Script Hustler USA. That's what I'm doing every day.
There it is. White chocolate. Talk to me.
Follow me and Frank on Boston Straight Shooters on Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah, we're gonna be back next week. We're gonna move and shake next week too. Get things started. New season for us next week. We got to talk about the Red Sox, and we got to talk about, of course, the New England Patriots.
Patriots.
So, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. We'll see y'all. The name of the show is called Box Seats. Will be on again tomorrow at 6:00. Peace.
What you need, yeah, man, I got it, wow. What you say, hey, we about it,
I like your